Trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News Midday.
We begin with big Husker volleyball news. Nebraska making history yet again. Breaking now. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Andrew Ward. The Huskers are one of 4 teams to play in the inaugural Spikes Under the Lights showcase inside the home here of the Dallas Cowboys. It's AT&T Stadium. Nebraska is being joined by Penn State, SMU, and Florida in a one-night, 3-match event featuring 2 semifinals and a championship. Also a $1 million prize pool, something that truly has never been done before in college volleyball. Head coach Danny Busboom Kelly writing this in a press release just out this morning saying, quote, "We are excited and honored to be part of this historic event that showcases the continued growth of women's volleyball," end quotes. This announcement also coming on her birthday. This is Nebraska's second major scheduling announcement this year. The Huskers are already scheduled to play at Wrigley Field in Chicago on September 6th. That will be the second time Nebraska has played an outdoor match, the first being that record-breaking performance inside Memorial Stadium in 2023. We're going to be breaking down this Texas-sized announcement more tonight at 5. All right, let's get to weather here this morning. Just been kind of a cloudy, a little chillier kind of day outside with rain chances kind of flirting in and out. Let's get to meteorologist Houston Hall's got a closer look here this morning in our first forecast. Good morning, Houston.
Good morning. Yes, and if you want to wait till Maine weather, it's going to be very informative, to say the least. Why some spots don't see rain and then why others see rain, because it's going to be a very interesting system that we are currently having. And hey, look, there it is, the big H. All right, now that's going to be the big reason. As we know, high pressure is around. Usually means, hey, there's some dry air. Usually when it comes to snow, that's what usually dissipates snow chances, and that's the same thing with rain. But right now you can see a little bit of light precipitation moving its way slowly down towards the south, Grand Island, Columbus. Now some of that is going to be making it to the ground closer to Grand Island. You can see some of those yellows out there. Now off towards the west, still continuing their precipitation. Temperatures out there are still in the lower 40s. Meanwhile, you go off towards the east, we're trying to warm up. 53 is currently the warmest temperature across the state. Bringing up the dew points, because you can see a little bit of that drier air. We need the dew points and temperature to be close together. Right now, it's about a 20-degree difference off towards the east, but off towards the west, that's where it's best, closer together. Winds right now, they're variable, about 5, 10, maybe 18 miles per hour in Grand Island. And then as we take a look at Stormcast, that will continue to stay off towards the west and dissipate off towards the east. I'll show you and walk you through why in Maine weather.
You bet. Thank you very much, Houston. New at midday, a messy crash shutting down streets in South Lincoln. Take a look at the scene here. You can see that pickup truck with some serious damage, and then the fronts, and that's what appears to be a 2-vehicle crash this morning near 14th and Cushman. Police shutting down part of 14th Street for more than an hour while crews cleared the road. At this time, we're not sure what exactly caused the crash and if anyone was injured, but we will keep you posted as soon as we learn more. Well, there's a special street closure today for a Cinco de Mayo party downtown. The city says 8th Street from Q to R streets is going to be closed for a special event. This is a look at that area this morning. Tipsy Tina's restaurant is hosting the party. There will be live music from 5:30 to 7:30 this evening. So this could impact your commute if you work in the Haymarket. It'll be back open, though, tomorrow. Now to the latest in the war in Iran. This ceasefire hanging by a thread after a new wave of attacks. The United Arab Emirates saying they intercepted Iranian missiles and drones, one even sparking a fire at an oil facility. Iranian state media showing this video saying rockets were firing warning shots at American destroyers trying to enter the strait. ABC's Christian Cordero reports on the growing tensions.
Just one day after the most significant escalation the war in Iran has seen in weeks, today the Pentagon insists the ceasefire between the two countries is still intact.
Thus far, today is quieter.
The truce was tested through back-and-forth strikes yesterday. Iranian officials previously warned it would attack should the U.S. try to assert more control in the Strait of Hormuz. Soon after, the Pentagon announced 2 U.S. Navy warships crossed the strait into the Persian Gulf. The operation, dubbed Project Freedom, is meant to help guide commercial vessels through the strait safely. In doing so, the U.S. says it took out 6 Iranian small boats plus cruise missiles and drones that Pentagon officials say were threatening commercial shipping, which Iran denies.
We're not looking for a fight, but Iran also cannot be allowed to block innocent countries and their goods from an international waterway.
So far, just 2 commercial ships have made it through the strait under U.S. protection, with several maritime insurance companies skeptical of the administration's promise. Joint Chiefs of Staff Chair Dan Kane says over the past several weeks, Iran has fired at commercial vessels 9 times, has seized 2 container ships, and has attacked U.S. forces more than 10 times as recently as yesterday. Iran also launched missiles and drones into the United Arab Emirates yesterday, hitting a major oil refinery. But Kane says Iran's aggression does not cross the threshold to restart the war. And when pressed on where that line is drawn,
The threshold of restarting is a political decision above my pay grade.
today, the Speaker of Iran's parliament reiterated the regime's position that it is prepared for a long conflict, adding the U.S., in his words, finds the status quo is intolerable. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Developing now, LES is preparing to share the value solar energy has to offer. LES is talking through the financial benefits of it. Director of Strategy and Innovation will be leading that presentation. This Value of Solar Study public meeting is happening at the Kevin Wales Operations Center at 6 o'clock tonight. This comes ahead of a potential solar farm being built in Lancaster County. The Board of Commissioners approving that project late last year. Next Era Energy is planning to build a 2,400-acre solar farm, which would be the largest in the state. Officials have said this project could bring in $42 million in tax revenue. The solar farm is controversial, but we could see construction start later this year. Happening today, a missing or murdered indigenous relative training in Omaha. The Ponca tribe of Nebraska's domestic violence program is hosting the events. Those who join will hear from LPD's Victim Witness Unit and organizations like the Native Women's Society of the Great Plains and a few speakers from the Ponca tribe of Nebraska themselves. That training is happening right now at the Durham Museum, lasting until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Also today, U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts is holding a roundtable to discuss Nebraska's agriculture industry. Undersecretary of Ag for Farm Production and Conservation, Richard Fordyce, is joining him. Topics like disaster recovery and conservation will be centered in these discussions. Right now, a firefighters union is using liquor to help others.
They partnered with the distillery, went down, picked what they wanted. We got the bottles, and then it kind of went from there. Went over well last year, so we're doing it again this year.
And Grand Island firefighters are getting creative to give back to the community. Mackenzie Johnson spoke with some of them about their unique idea.
We're hoping that same thing, we can go $3,500, $4,000 just in profit that goes straight into our charitable foundations.
Members of the Grand Island Firefighters Union traveling to Iowa and bringing back a barrel of bourbon. They hand-selected a limited release whiskey that they'll now sell by the bottle for a fundraiser. And not just that, but they also have custom glasses and flight boards. And all the money is going to help support people in the community.
Anybody can do, just ask for donations. For us, this was a great opportunity to get some of the members of our local involved in something that they're, that's one of their interests, one of their passions, and it's able to make a huge impact in our community. The union gives money to local charities, and they help support families who lose their homes in fires. If somebody is out of their house because of a fire, we can donate, a night or two in a hotel, something like that. One of their biggest donations is the Operation Warm campaign, where they give winter coats to elementary students. Last year, they donated 120 coats. Coats are not getting any cheaper, and the need is growing, but it's great that we're able to find new, unique ways, in this case, to meet that need. Joe Burrows tells me in just 24 hours, they've already sold between 30 to 40 bottles of the bourbon, and they'll keep selling until the barrel runs dry. He says fundraisers like this one prove how essential it is to have community support for a good cause. We're always going to be there for the citizens. It's nice when they're there for us. Reporting in Lincoln, Mackenzie Johnson, Channel 8 News.
And we are hearing from Coach Rhonda Revelle today as Husker softball prepares for the Big Ten tournament. The team coming home to a crowd of very proud Husker fans Sunday night. The third-ranked team in the country finishing their regular season with a 43-6 overall record. They are the #1 seed in this week's Big Ten tournament, which will be played in Maryland. Nebraska will take on either Ohio State or Michigan on Thursday. Our sports director Nate Johnson will be talking with Coach Revelle today. We'll share her thoughts on this upcoming postseason run on our Now Local News app and tonight at 5. Coming up after the break, a groundbreaking lab studying AI and kids, how they're hoping to protect children from the dangers of artificial intelligence.
For 48 years, the Knudsen family has shared flavors at Da Vinci's. Rich sauces, handcrafted pasta, crave-worthy pizzas. Dine in or have Da Vinci's delivered. Taste the tradition, only at Da Vinci's.
Next, DT.
I'm coming straight to you first.
The Oscars of fashion is here. The stars taking costume art next level.
The coat feel like 6 men hanging on my back.
Next, DT.
Weekdays at 6:30 after Channel 8 News at 6.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. May is Maytag month, and Menards is passing the savings on to you. You'll find an excellent selection of appliances ready to take home today. Get this Maytag stainless steel electric range for $848, plus an 11% rebate. Update any room with Tarkett laminate flooring. Coastal Choice features waterproof technology for active households, and it's easy to install. It's a value of $159 per square foot after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Do you need hearing support? Don't be left out of the conversation. Here at Christensen Hearing Analytics, we understand that better hearing is better living. We provide the hearing solutions you need. Contact Christensen Hearing Analytics for a free consultation today and write the happy ending to your hearing story.
President Trump stands with Congressman Adrian Smith, giving Adrian his complete and total endorsement. A lifelong Nebraska conservative, Adrian Smith has always fought for us. President Trump trusts Congressman Adrian Smith to keep fighting to secure our southern border, stand up to Washington radicals, and deliver the America First agenda. Congressman Adrian Smith. Trump endorsed, Trump approved. Defend American jobs is responsible for the content of this ad.
For 48 years, the Knudsen family has shared flavors at Da Vinci's. Rich sauces, handcrafted pasta, crave-worthy pizzas. Dine in or have Da Vinci's delivered. Taste the tradition, only at Da Vinci's.
New at midday, more people are finding ways to keep kids safe online. The nonprofit watchdog called Common Sense Media says it's launching the Youth AI Safety Institute. It's an industry-backed research and testing lab for learning the risks kids might face when using artificial intelligence. The plan is for the institute to provide information about AI tools to families and set benchmarks for tech firms. Apple's former AI strategy chief is on the institute's board. He says companies try to make their products good, but they need independent measures to help them do so. Well, AI may be able to detect a deadly cancer years before doctors, and United Health is making a big change that will make it easier for patients to get a range of procedures. Jane Kane explains in today's Wellness Report.
The Wall Street Journal reports health insurer United Health will reduce required authorizations by 30%, easing access to some tests, surgeries, and therapy. Doctors have long complained about the paperwork they must complete to get insurers' permission for care, which can lead to delays and denials. United Healthcare will stop requiring sign-offs for tests, including echocardiograms, some chiropractic care, and certain outpatient surgeries. Also on the list, some outpatient therapy. Well, pancreatic cancer is considered one of the most aggressive and difficult to detect cancers. It has a 13% 5-year survival rate and is projected to cause more than 52,000 deaths every year, according to the American Cancer Society. Well, an AI model developed at the Mayo Clinic could be the answer to improving those numbers, since it detected abnormalities on CT scans up to 3 years before a pancreatic cancer diagnosis from a doctor. Early symptoms such as back pain, fatigue, weight loss, and digestive discomfort are vague and often mistaken for other, less serious conditions. But the robots can spot the changes in the tissue earlier than the human eye. Now, according to new research, 64% of Americans believe the nation has a serious obsession problem where people will find anything to obsess over. This poll of 2,000 adults found over half obsess over food and health and fitness. Meanwhile, the study, commissioned by Poncho's Cheese Dip and conducted by Talker Research, found 68% believe America would be happier if people didn't obsess over their health or over food. From the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Here's your health.
Well, we're seeing a few sprinkles. I was just outside, saw a few sprinkles on the windshield. Had to look very closely. But the rain is out towards the west, and it'll stay that way, and I'll show you why we're not getting any rain in a few
Big legal battle brewing for State Farm Insurance. Officials in California are accusing the company of mishandling or underpaying thousands of claims connected to last year's devastating wildfires. ABC's Sophie Flay explains.
This morning, California cracking down on the state's largest home insurer after an investigation uncovered hundreds of alleged violations in State Farm's handling of claims related to the Los Angeles wildfires last year.
They've taken forever. I've had 7 adjusters.
California's Department of Insurance says it reviewed a sample of 220 State Farm claims and uncovered nearly 400 legal violations within those claims. Among the alleged violations, slow and inadequate investigations, unreasonably low settlement offers, and inadequate communication with customers.
It's just delay. And, this is a company that they have one job, right? They literally have one job, which is, to protect us.
Jesse Albert, whose home was damaged in the Palisades fire, told ABC's Trevor Alt the rebuilding process has been exhausting.
Not just to fight them, but to document and to provide them documentation is a full-time job.
State Farm denies the accusations, saying it handled nearly 14,000 claims from the fires and has paid out more than $5.7 billion. The company saying California's homeowners insurance market is the most dysfunctional in the country, and State Farm has worked to be part of real solutions. Governor Gavin Newsom pushing back, saying, "We're not going to sit by while companies slow walk claims and make it harder for families to rebuild." If the courts side with the state investigators, State Farm could pay millions in fines and have its license suspended in California for up to 1 year. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Now, for your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Houston Hall.
All right, I'm going to walk you through a little setup. And so if some people ask, why aren't we getting rain? And meanwhile, off towards the west, they're getting rain. Well, I'll explain that. All right, so notice the temperatures out here. They're a little bit colder, and that's good for a little bit of the dew points, the moisture. The moisture doesn't have to really try to get really ramped up. So about Holdridge along here, we got temperatures in the upper 40s, lower 50s. What are our dew points, the moisture? They're going to be quite a far away from the temperature, which we need the temperature and dew point to be closer together. Notice we got dew points in the lower 30s here, and then the dew points get closer to the cooler temperatures, and that's good for rain to make it to the ground and accumulate. Notice right here, there's a 3-hour radar, satellite and radar loop. Not much rain right here. That's going to be a dry slot, all due to this high pressure right here off towards the east. So that's really why the eastern half of the state not going to be seeing much rain. Meanwhile, off towards the west, that's where all the moisture is. And then the rainfall estimate the last 3 hours, there's nothing within this little band right here, and that's exactly why. There's a little bit of the dew point and temperature spread is too far away, needed to be closer. This morning, they were closer together near the Nebraska-Kansas border. All right, let me walk you through Stormcast and then show you what this high pressure is currently going to do. It's right here, and then as we go through this afternoon and evening, notice it moves towards the west, and that's going to just keep that dry air off towards eastern Nebraska. No rainfall over here, and then off towards the west. That rain will continue going into this evening, sometimes moderate than others. That's going to be this evening. As we go into tonight, it shifts a little towards the east. Notice all south of I-80 right here. And then overnight tonight, it just shifts down towards the south. Could have a little bit of drizzle down here into parts of just south of Lincoln, but really I don't think it's going to make it to the ground. Notice all that snow and rain out towards far western Nebraska. And then maybe by Wednesday morning, some heavy snow off into parts of Colorado, where they are expecting maybe even a foot, maybe 2 feet of snow. High pressure is still going to be lingering into Wednesday morning. That's actually going to clear out our clouds as we go into Thursday, making for some sunny skies. Rainfall potential, check it out. High pressure started here, moved towards the west, and then off towards the southwest is where the moisture is, and then it clears out where it just moved. All that dry air. It's very interesting stuff. Right now it is dry. I mean, we did see a few sprinkles here and there. It's 53, got a dew point of 31. That's a 22 degrees temperature dew point spread. We don't need that. And then the winds, yeah, they're starting to blow once again, and we got our times with our winds. It's 53, 53, out towards the west, upper 40s, lower 50s. Winds right now, they're out of the north, about 10, 15, maybe close to 20, gust up to 30 miles per hour. Another look at satellite and radar. You can see a little light band trying to make it down, but some of that not making it to the ground. Just notice that clear slot right here. Very interesting stuff. All right, so temperatures for the rest of the day staying around upper 50s, lower 60s, 40 for tonight, a little bit of light precipitation. And then, yeah, there you go, 30s out towards the west. We are tracking a little bit of frost as we go into a Thursday morning. Temperatures in the 30s. Late chance on Thursday. There's a quick little burst of a rain shower or two. Very light in nature. The weekend looks just fine. Storms possible Saturday. By next week, we warm up like spring.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much, Houston. Now we're hearing from former Channel 8 weather forecaster Kent Mountain this morning. As some of you know, he's battling stage 4 cancer. He took to Facebook to give us an update.
The chemo did not work. The cancer is spread throughout my body, and in my brain, it has nearly doubled as far as number of lesions and tumors. So this Wednesday in Omaha, I start radiation, whole brain radiation. They're 10-minute sessions, 10 days in a row, hopefully to shrink or alleviate the issues with the cancer in my brain.
Ken says there's a lot more fighting for him to do, but he also says he has a lot of living left as well. He thanks everyone for their continued support. Coming up this morning, a night of stars, how Hollywood celebs showed up in the red carpet in the Met Gala and whose appearance stole the show.
Meet Lincoln's Deal Detective.
Met Gala, the night bringing together celebs and showing arts on the human body, full of stars and glitter. And this year's Met Gala also not lacking in controversy. Here's ABC's Sophie Flay with the highlights.
Museum-worthy masterpieces stunned on the Met Gala red carpet. This year's theme, costume art.
It's expression, you know, it's fun.
Beyonce returning for the first time in 10 years as co-chair of the event, alongside Nicole Kidman, Venus Williams, and former Vogue editor-in-chief Anna Wintour. Bey wowing the carpet with husband Jay-Z and daughter Blue Ivy. Similar to the Met's costume art exhibit, one stylist says the human body is the inspiration for many looks.
The Met is going to debut 25 mannequins for body positivity support. It'll be all about body positivity throughout the history of art.
And on the carpet, the celebs are giving body with striking looks from Doechii, Tyla, Hailey Bieber, Lisa, and Kim Kardashian. Heidi Klum going all out for her version of the sculpted body look, telling Vogue,
"It's a little warm." Yeah, I was going to say. It's a little on the toasty side.
That bunny going gray in an all-black tux, exploring the aging body. Sabrina Carpenter giving a nod to old Hollywood, telling Vogue she's wearing a custom Dior dress made out of film strips.
It's amazing. It's just from the movie Sabrina, which is one of my favorite films of all time.
Olympian Eileen Gu's dress turning the carpet into a bubble bath.
I'm just focused about finding a way to sit down.
Rihanna arriving with A$AP Rocky, her gown sculpted by hand with 115,000 crystal beads. The embroidery taking more than 1,300 hours. The star-studded night, not without controversy. Jeff Bezos and wife Lauren Sanchez are the lead sponsors of the Met's costume art exhibit. Activists projecting boycott the Bezos Met Gala onto their New York City home amid criticism over Amazon's business practices and government contracts, including work with immigration enforcement. The couple reportedly spent $10 million on the event this year. The Met Gala is the museum's biggest fundraiser. This year, raising a record $42 million. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Coming up, the final push by the Waverly School District is giving the public another chance to ask questions and how parents are feeling about this upcoming bond issue. Stay with us.
Hey.
This is Channel 8 News Midday.
New developments, the Waverly School District with one final push before a big vote next week. Waverly voters will have the final say on a $64 million bond aiming to revamp schools in the area. Channel 8's Danielle De Silva went to the school board's last meeting before that vote as they inch closer to an outcome.
Probably seen an additional flyer that was out here the last week. We are sending videos out on social media. Our Friday updates have updated bond issue information along with the videos.
Superintendent Corey Worrell giving a brief update at the last school board meeting before the community votes on the $64 million bond issue on May 12th. Additional efforts include some light canvassing, putting up poster boards around the city, and school newsletters filled with updates.
Right now, it's still information out. And, once in a while we'll have somebody call and ask us questions specifically about things, and we'll answer those. The vote will be next Tuesday, right, May 12th, and we'll see kind of where we are on everything.
The bond previously failed in 2024, which was first proposed at $90 million, but since then it's been reduced by $25 million. The plan would expand school cafeterias, weight rooms, bring more technical programming, and on top of that, enhance safety through controlled access, something very important to many parents with young kids in the district.
Happy with the reduction in the amount and the huge change that they had, and that they were able to find ways to bring that down. School safety is super important to me and my kids' future and their education.
Heather Martindale is another Waverly parent who has lived in the area for 20 years. She says she's seen the community grow and this plan is needed.
Well, if we want our kids to be successful, we need these things in place to make the schools better, obviously. And then everybody's, Waverly's a small town and we want to grow. And if you want to grow, you got to spend money and do all the things to make it better.
Another mom tells me off camera that the plans are growing on her too. At first, the $90 million amount seemed too much, but the reductions have her leaning towards what the plan will mean for her kids, who tell her some spaces are in fact cramped.
Danielle De Silva for Channel 8 News.
All right, here in Lincoln, it's kind of a cloudy, I want to say dreary day outside, but it's a bit chilly out there. Let's get on over to meteorologist Houston Hall. Let's get a closer look in our first forecast here. Good morning, Houston.
Good morning. It's a very sort of day. Early spring, maybe late winter. I don't know.
Man, I think it's the kids.
Yeah, my goodness, what am I looking at here? Lower 50s for temperatures. Oh man, I missed yesterday. What was it? We were in the 80s actually. Yeah, right now we're about 25, 30 degrees cooler from this time yesterday. We were in the 70s, if you can believe that, this time yesterday. Right now we got a whole lot of the low-lying clouds and a little bit of light drizzle and some sprinkles here and there. There's a little bit of a dry slot from Hastings off towards the east. I know I was going outside to go look if it was sprinkling, drizzling. Counted about 16 raindrops on the windshield. High pressure is currently off towards our east. That is why there is going to be a bunch of that precipitation dying down as it gets closer to that high pressure. Meanwhile, off towards the west, they're doing really not too bad on their precipitation. That's where all that is accumulating in the last 3 hours, you can see. But temperatures are cooler out there, and so are the dew points. The dew points and temperature are closer together, which means that is the best chance for accumulating rainfall. Winds, they're starting to get a little antsy here, about 15 miles per hour out of the north. As we go into the next few hours, you can see it all just stays off towards the west, and they're going to get some decent rainfall. I'll show you how much in a couple minutes.
We'll talk to you then. Thank you very much, Houston. New details of that gunfire on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Some witnesses report hearing up to 5 gunshots in a rare shooting near the Washington Monument, an area packed with tourists not far from the White House. ABC's Hannah Battah explains.
This morning, a suspect is in the hospital after a shootout on the National Mall. Secret Service agents exchanging fire with a gunman blocks from the White House. A young bystander caught in the crossfire. The Secret Service says plainclothes agents spotted a suspicious man they believe to be carrying a concealed weapon.
They observed a print, we would call it, visual print of a firearm.
When uniformed officers moved in, they say the suspect ran, then opened fire. Agents fired back. The White House was briefly placed on lockdown. The press office evacuated. Coden Colburn, visiting D.C. from Michigan, heard the shots.
I was thinking, I want to get out of here, and I want to get my little brother and little sister out of here.
The Secret Service says a child was hit by the suspect's gunfire, but will recover. Authorities emphasizing they don't know if the suspect was in any way targeting the White House or government officials. Tensions are still high after the recent shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. That suspect, Cole Allen, who's accused of trying to assassinate President Trump, was back in court yesterday. In a remarkable moment, the judge apologized to Allen for the way he's been treated in jail, being placed on suicide watch. The judge asking why Allen has faced harsher treatment than the suspects in the January 6th attack faced. After the riot at the Capitol, the judge saying, people got closer to killing the president that day. I'm just trying to understand, why is there this great difference between Mr. Allen's situation and what happened there? Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Developing now, an endangered species here in Nebraska is getting the opportunity to grow. The nearly extinct creek tiger beetle is being released through the marsh wren area thanks to volunteers from Lincoln Parks and Rec. Now they're hoping to release up to 200 beetle larvae throughout the area in order to let the larvae grow and repopulate on their own. Lincoln Parks and Rec received the larvae from incubators at the Lincoln Zoo, Omaha Zoo, UNL, and other wildlife services.
Our goal was about 200 larvae to do today to get out here, and I think you have a little bit of mortality in the lab, but we released probably between 150 and 170 larvae.
Yeah, the tiger beetle, while a predator insect, is a prey to larger animals like birds, frogs, and other wetland animals. Only on 8, a big step forward in solving a cat crisis.
This year, it was 0 kittens in the month of April, and that's just such an incredible change.
Gage County struggling with the surge in stray cats for several years, but now the Beatrice Humane Society says all that hard work is paying off. For the first time in the history of their organizations, they are now seeking fewer kittens to come in. J-Light's Emma Norwood explains how the community was able to achieve their goals.
The last couple of years, we've averaged between 3,000 and 3,500 cat spays per year through our low-cost spay-neuter clinic, which is incredible.
Thousands of stray cats roaming the streets in Gage County for years, creating issues of all kinds for the community. Those now coming to an end after countless hours, thanks to the Beatrice Humane Society's Trap, Neuter, and Release program.
We've been working really hard, locally, and now we're starting to see that kind of spread out, and it's really cool to see the outcome be that we are actually decreasing the number of kittens that are coming into our communities.
Because of how many cats they've been able to treat, for the first time ever, the Humane Society taking in 0 kittens in the month of April, proving the success of the TNR program and showcasing all of the hard work teams have put in.
To be honest, it makes me want to cry a little bit. This has been a real passion of love for us as an organization. It is incredible to finally start seeing that payoff. As an organization, this has been a real challenge.
By solving the overpopulation and reproduction of the stray cats, and now finally seeing results, the community is reaping the benefits.
Now to see the payoff is really rewarding, and to hear some of the people in the community that were previously naysayers of the program turn around and all of a sudden be like, oh yeah, spaying and neutering is the way to go, is just it's the brightest light that we have. Like, it just really does speak so much to how important this program is, and how much it can bring our community back together in a time that everything feels so divided.
Husker baseball is gearing up to take on the Iowa Hawkeyes this Friday. After a series loss to Ohio State over the weekend, Coach Bolt is looking toward the future. He says updates coming to their practice facilities and clubhouse are starting with the basics.
I don't even have a space right now currently to serve team meals. I mean, we're in the hallway next to a shoe rack, a bunch of dirty shoes, in a hallway that doesn't smell real good, next to a laundry facility that doesn't smell real good. Is where we serve our food currently. So the new space will have a functional space to where we can serve meals and eat meals together.
Meeting spaces, office areas, and then updated recovery and training spaces also expected to be part of the renovations. Coach Bolt is optimistic with hopes of construction starting as early as this summer. Still ahead this midday, a pair of new heavy-duty equipment for UNL's agriculture students. Why this is set to be a game changer for the local ag sector.
Be part of the story with the Now Local News app. Scan the QR code on your screen to download the app and start submitting your photos and videos today. From breaking news and weather to sports highlights and special assignments, your submissions help keep everyone informed and connected. Earn points for each accepted submission, and your videos might even be featured in our newscasts. Redeem your points for Visa gift cards. Your perspective makes a difference. Download the Now Local News app and start sharing your stories now.
At Capital Humane Society, we know proper veterinary care is vital to keeping pets healthy and happy. Our mission is to serve the Lincoln community by providing resources for all pet owners. That's why we opened Stransky Veterinary Center at 55th and O Street. We offer preventative veterinary care, including low-cost spay and neuter surgeries, vaccinations, pet dental care, flea and tick protection, and more. Your pet will never be happier and healthier than after a visit with our professionals. Book an appointment online at StranskyVeterinary.com.
Looking for a reliable plumbing and HVAC provider in Lincoln? Look no further than Green's Furnace and Plumbing. Locally owned and operated, Green's has been serving the Lincoln community for over 100 years, offering a variety of services including residential plumbing, water heaters, boilers, and water filtration. Whether it's an update to your shower or an entire remodel, Green's is dedicated to walk through the experience with you. Repairs, remodels, or new installations. Our licensed technicians can do it all. Contact Green's today to schedule an appointment.
Locally owned since 1963, Leach Camper Sales of Lincoln offers a huge variety of RVs. Unlike competitors' same old models, your choice is always uniquely yours. All types, all styles, all price ranges. Get out and live life. Leach Camper Sales of Lincoln. Camp better.
Right now, new methane-powered tractors are in use at UNL. Students and faculty at UNL's Institute of Agriculture and Natural Resources will now have access to new research and education opportunities. Two New Holland T6 180 tractors are donated to the college in the world's first 100% methane-powered production tractors. We're going to hear why this is important tonight at 5.
Now, for your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Houston Hall.
There's a look at our ABC Seamless Cam. It looks like maybe a little bit of drizzle has fallen out there through this morning. Really, it's very, very light in nature. All right, let's explain something here. So notice these temperatures off towards the west and southwest. They're in the lower 40s. They're a little cooler. All right, now off towards the east you go. It's a little warmer. What about our dew points? We need those temperatures and dew points to be closer together. Well, when you have some cooler temperatures, really the moisture doesn't have to try to get on into the 60s and 50s. So out towards the west, the dew points are right there near that temperature, which is good for accumulating rainfall or snowfall. But now notice this, we got dew points in the lower 30s. So if we have temperatures out towards the east in the 50s, dew points in the 30s, that's a 20 to 25 degree difference. That's dry air, and that's a high pressure system right here. Notice this, a 3-hour loop. There's a dry slot right here, and there's where the accumulating rainfall is happening. Meanwhile, as this little light drizzle comes closer to the high pressure, it just hits this dry slot and nothing right there. And that is all due to the temperature and dew point difference being so far away from each other. Then the further west you go, there is going to be some accumulating rainfall. But last 3 hours, rainfall estimate, nothing. Just maybe a little bit of light drizzle. You can't even measure light drizzle. Well, as we go into about Wednesday afternoon, once the system is done with, okay, here's what it looks like. Notice a sharp line off towards the southwest. That's where the accumulating rainfall is. Let's walk you through that. So high pressure is currently right here towards the east. As we go into the next few hours, it's going to move towards the west. So east to west, it's going to bring a little dry air with it. And then that's when it's going to start its little sharp line right here. And so all moderate rainfall into parts of southwest Nebraska ongoing through this evening. High pressure is just going to sit right on there in the middle of the state, and then maybe even some heavy wet snow off towards Colorado. That's going to start to accumulate out there up to a foot possible. High pressure, notice it's just going to sit right here, and you can kind of see a divot right there, sort of like a ramp, and then that's going to sort of eat out on our rain chances as we go into early Wednesday morning. Probably a little bit of sprinkle activity south of Lincoln, and then look at that sharp line right there. Off towards far southwest Nebraska, yes, maybe even a little bit of wet snow and rain mix. High pressure moves on out, takes away any moisture that we did have across eastern Nebraska. Makes it sunny Thursday and Friday. Shones Roof and Cam, Beatrice right now, they did have a little bit of rain this morning as the temperature and dew point were close together at that time. Honda of Lincoln Cam got a little bit of breeze, 53, dew point of 31, 22 degree temperature difference. That's why we are not seeing much rain. 55, 51 in Omaha, so 55 is our warmest temperature. We got winds though. They're out of the north, 10, 15, close to 20, gusts up to near 25, 30. Another look at satellite and radar, Omaha down towards Hastings. Not really much happening in the form of precipitation. Well, they need it off towards the southwest, so we'll give it to them. And yeah, it's going to be good. Temperatures for the rest of today really hanging in upper 50s, lower 60s. Tonight, out towards the west, some upper 20s, 30s, and then far southeast Nebraska, some 40s. So high pressure takes on over, lifts the clouds Thursday, Friday. Very nice. We do have a very small chance of light rain on Thursday evening. Saturday looks like maybe our best chance for some storms, which will make it to the ground. And then next week we start to warm up, looking like May.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much, Houston. New details now after the sudden shutdown of Spirit Airlines. One stranded family and some former employees are speaking out. Amid the dizzying pace of the immediate wind down, thousands of people are impacted. Travelers with canceled flights and workers now without jobs. Reed Binion reports.
In the middle of the ocean and found out that all our flights were canceled.
Thousands of air travelers stranded in recent days after the sudden collapse of Spirit Airlines over the weekend.
Our luggage was prioritized to go to Spirit. Spirit doesn't know where it is. The cruise line doesn't know where it is.
The discount carrier abruptly shut down operations and canceled all flights on Saturday. It is the first major U.S. airline in a quarter century to go out of business due to financial problems. In the wake of Spirit's shutdown, some other airlines have offered capped ticket prices or rescue fares, most around $200, to help stranded Spirit passengers rebook flights. Spirit's employees are also getting hit hard by the airline shutdown.
The hardest part is what are the flight attendants going to do and the other employees, because there's just not enough work for everybody here.
On Monday, former Spirit employees came together in solidarity at a gathering in front of the company's now defunct headquarters in Florida.
You know, it's bittersweet. There's a lot of memories. We had good days, we had bad days, like any other job. But it was that job that I loved. There was no job that compared.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Coming up after the break, the accuser taking the stand to hear the details of an alleged attack involving Stephon Diggs as the NFL star stands trial. His chef, the alleged victim, speaking out in court and revealing the details of the assault. ABC's Hannah Battah reports.
In a courtroom outside Boston, the woman who previously worked as a live-in chef for NFL star Stephon Diggs took the stand, describing the moment she says he attacked her.
He smacked me with an open hand.
Diggs, who was released by the Patriots in March, faces charges of felony strangulation and misdemeanor assault and battery. Mila Adams requested a moment to compose herself on the stand.
Can I have a second? Can I have a second?
She says before storming into her bedroom, Diggs had confronted her about a message concerning an intimate relationship he had with another employee.
When I went up to push his hand, block him, block him, he took his arm and he came around my neck with the crook of his elbow around my neck, and he began to choke me, pressure on my neck with his elbow.
Diggs denies the attack ever happened. His attorney claims Adams' motive was financial, saying she sought money from Diggs after the charges were filed and withheld details from police.
When you were asked questions about what happened on December 2nd, you lied.
It did not change what happened on December the 2nd. He choked and slapped me.
The defense says despite 6 people in the house at the time, there were no witnesses and no photos or medical records of injuries. Adams says she was in shock, acknowledging she and Diggs had once been in a sexual relationship. Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Still ahead, the stage is set at the finale of American Idol. Down to the final 3 contestants, how we got to this point. Coming up after the break.
Ernie's Mattress for